Congrats on your win. Nice eye, you found a tactic to grow your lead into a win. The favorite first move of 1972 world champion Bobby Fischer. Nice eye, you found a tactic to grow your lead into a win. The favorite first move of 1972 world champion Bobby Fischer. Mirroring your first move and creating openings for the dark-squared bishop and queen. A versatile second move that attacks, controls the center, and develops a piece. The opposing knight creates an even symmetrical position. Developing and defending, a solid approach. Mirroring you with symmetrical pawns and knights. This prepares your bishop for development. Your opponent is putting pressure on your pawn chain. You had a chance to play something better. They exchange pieces of equal value. That was a fair trade. A clear recapture. You're preparing for the game ahead, activating the bishop in the opening. Their best option was to develop a bishop and attack the center. You exchange pieces of equal value. A straightforward recapture. Castling protects your king and activates your rook. They missed a better way to develop a bishop and attack the center. You stopped your opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. You are now able to win a queen by pinning a piece to the king. You pinned the other player's piece to the king, which will win you a queen. That's playable. You won material by capturing a queen. A clear recapture. Your opponent's attacking piece is gone. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. You create space for the king to move in case it is attacked. They bring out their bishop, increasing their control over the center. Develops the bishop and attacks the center. They played one of the best moves here. Very good choice. I like their choice. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. A correct move to get their knight out of harm's way. This is a fine move. Your opponent is losing a bishop, but you are already in a winning position anyways. Nice vision spotting and capturing that vulnerable bishop. They made one of the top moves in this position. Good thinking. This move puts your bishop into a stronger, more active position. They made a solid choice and castled same side as you did. You won a pawn for free. Placing the rook on an open file. You found a safer square for your bishop. They played one of the best moves here. Not the best move, but not bad either. Your opponent reinforced the defense of their pawn. You trade off equal material. A straightforward recapture. Good idea to take the outpost. This move puts their knight on a safer square. Good thinking to bring out more pieces into the game. They move the knight to safety. That pawn was yours for the taking. They found a way to win material. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. I like their choice. Good choice to move your rook instead of trading it off. They made one of the top moves in this position. Well done, an excellent move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. This wins a knight. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Very good choice. This move puts their knight on a safer square. You win time by threatening a rook. This move puts their rook on a safer square. With that move, you offer to trade pieces. This is a fair trade. You recaptured. They played one of the best moves here. You escaped the check from the rook. I like their choice. Good job, that's what I would have played too. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. This moves your queen to a safer square. They made one of the top moves in this position. This is a fine move. You are now able to eventually win material. You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. This is the way to win material. They are right on target. Well done, an excellent move. They took your pawn for free. There was only one good move and you found it. You step your king away from the checking rook. You get a chance to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. This is the way to win material. They move their king out of the check from your rook. That move will lead to a nice skewer. They missed a better way to evade the check from the opposing queen. Nice, definitely the right move. Their king steps away from the check by your rook, getting closer to the forced checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You're still on the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your bishop. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Your move gets closer to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. You won a rook for free. Their bishop is now more active on this square. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your rook. You continue the checkmate attack. That was the only move. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. That was the only move. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your rook. Congrats on your win.